Hi there, this is looking at transforming graphs. There is a previous video to this one which talks about the basics of function notation and what effect it has on graphs and how you can change them around. So this is the follow-up video where we look in a bit more detail about how you can apply that, more specifically to A-level than maybe to GCSE. So just taking this example where we've got a function that's been plotted below, it's got a turning point at the coordinate 1, 2 and it's got a horizontal asymptote, and you'll see that that red line is tending towards the x-axis but won't cross it, so there's an asymptote there. And we're going to have a look at trying to sketch the graphs and say what the turning point would be when each of the transformations happens. So if we have a look at our first one here, I want to first of all talk about what effect these two things will have. So first of all, the 3x inside means that all the x coordinates will be divided by 3. Because that will squash all the x coordinates in towards the y-axis. The second part, the -1, means that all the y coordinates are have 1 taken away from them. So for the first one, our turning point is going to be moved. So let's have a look at that. So the graph is going to be squashed towards the y-axis, and then it's going to be moved down by 1, which means that our asymptote will move down by 1 as well. So we'd end up with an asymptote at y equals -1 instead of y equals 0 as before, and the turning point, well, the x coordinate will be 1/3 and the y coordinate will be 1. For number 2, what will happen to x coordinates this time is the x coordinates have 1 added onto them and the y have 2 added onto them. So this means that for this one, the graph will be moved 1 right and then 2 up. So if we just sketch it in as it was originally, go 1 right, 2 up, which means we're going to get an asymptote at y equals 2, and the new turning point will be 1 to the right and 2 up. For number 3, this time all our x coordinates are going to be switched around, so the x coordinates will change sign. The effect of that will be a mirrored look in the y-axis, or a rotation around the y-axis, and the +1 will mean that our y coordinates have 1 added or increased by 1. So the effect of that is that while our original one would have been, so that's our original function, all the x coordinates have been flipped because of that -x inside the function. So I can flip left, right, and it will move it over to be the opposite way, and then it'll be moved 1 up. So we got asymptote at y equals 1, and the turning point now, well, the x coordinates have flipped, so we've got -1, and the y coordinates have moved up by 1, so we've got 3. Just remove my bit at the bottom so I can get number 4 in. So for part 4, we're going to have a few things going on here. X coordinates have 1 subtracted because of the +1 inside there. The y coordinates, well, there's a few things happening. The sign is changing, they're being doubled, and then they're being moved up by 3. So we've got a sign change, which is like a reflection or rotation in the x-axis. We've got they're being doubled, and then they have 3 added to them. There's quite a few things to get our head around on this one. So let's just first of all deal with our turning point. So for the x coordinate, 1 will be subtracted, so that will go to 0. For the y one, first of all we need to change the sign to -2, then it's going to be doubled to -6, and then it has 3 added, so it ends up at -3. With more complicated ones it can be easier to find that point first. So you've got 0, -3. Okay. So now let's try and draw our graph in. So the first thing that will have happened, I'll just draw in the original. The first thing is that it will have been rotated around the x-axis. Then, because all the y coordinates are doubled, we've got longer and thinner. And then it's moved up by 3. And it's moved 1 to the left because there's been 1 subtracted from the x-axis. So you get a shape just like that. Now, if we just try and find our asymptote now. So our asymptote would have first of all been 0. If we change the sign, that makes no difference. If we double it, makes no difference. But then it has 3 added. So that's our graph there. I hope that adds to the knowledge from the previous video and gives you a better insight into transforming graphs where there's more than one transformation going on.